Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And it's a crazy day today, everybody. Look at these charts, look at these prices. So yes, we are giving away 100 XRP again, and all you have to do is make sure you press the like button, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you comment something down below. But also guys, make sure you check out my Growth Masters Academy. It's talking about my main job and what I earn with that and all that type of stuff. Now that I've said that, look at Bitcoin here. I've been telling you guys this is looking insane and there's no real major resistance all the way up to all-time high, and exactly that is looking to show. There were a couple of naysayers in the comment section saying, yeah, 17,000, 17,000, this, that. No way. Look at where we're going, guys. I literally have zero doubt that we're going to be going to all-time high here. Again, how many days it will take, we don't really know, and I think most people in this space right now are already in profit since there's only 8% or so to go, at max 10% depending on what exchange you're looking at, and it's really mind-boggling to me. It's really crazy. And you might have noticed I haven't been uploading too much here in the last couple of days. That's because we gotta also keep working to get ourselves more coins, right, and more things and stuff like that. And again, I do these videos for fun because I like to talk about crypto, but sometimes there are more important things to do, like really acting upon it. And I mean, I think the last 3 weeks, I've only been focused on accumulating more and more crypto, and literally everything that I have bought is already in crazy profit right now. And some of the guys have said, well, yeah, but XRP is not doing good, Dusty. I don't know what you're saying. What? We're at 31.36 cents. Or here 31.2. A lot of the guys were speculating that we will never get above 25 cents. You remember that time? You remember when people used to say that? A lot of guys were saying, well, yeah, but that was just lucky. We're never going to get above 30 cents now. Okay, yeah. Well, apparently those guys were not correct either. And the real thing I'm seeing here is that even though it did not look like it before, this March was actually also a big reversal for XRP. Here, within the last couple of weeks, ever since, I guess, maybe August or something like that, it kind of looked like it wasn't a big switch, and XRP wasn't really going to get that, as I said, big switch going. But now that the prices are continuing to go up, it kind of looks like the trend we talked about earlier is still moving on, is still going on exactly as planned, and things are going to be looking very juicy here in the very short term, at least for XRP. But that's just my thoughts on it, guys. I'm thinking there's almost no way in which this is going to go bad, right? I can't really fathom any way in which this would not work properly. I mean, look at the prices right here, guys. Look at what we're doing. It's just really crazy. And the bigger question behind it is, okay, what's pushing it and where are we going to go? For XRP, if I can actually get this chart to work properly again, let's quickly see if I can. There we go. I'm thinking we can literally be going on till about 33 cents, maybe a little bit below that, between 32.7, 33 cents, because that's one of the first points of, I guess, major resistance. You can kind of say it could have possibly been around here at 31.5, which we've just hit. However, I think a more major point is, as you can see here, about 33 cents. It will be harder to come by and get over. And then next points will most likely be somewhere around here at 33.7. And the rest, I guess, all rest that is what we can talk about here, is from way back here to all the way to July of 2019. And that's how crazy it already is to see XRP at these prices, because it's not really unprecedented, but it's not normal anymore because it's been so long since we've seen it. And the same for Bitcoin here. I'm talking here about some resistances and whatnot, but if you check properly, we've only gotten to this price level for 2 weeks. All right, that's it. 2 weeks in the history of Bitcoin, what we're witnessing right now. And had we not gotten to these prices before, people would have been going insane right now if we got to these prices. And even for XRP, if you remember where they came from, 30 cents already is insane, especially once you consider that, well, Bitcoin is going to run up first, like it did right here, and then after that, XRP is going to be running up. Why am I saying that so heavily right now? Well, it's very important to understand why XRP is not at the moon. And again, I'm not vouching only for XRP, as I think there's multiple altcoins that will do it properly, but it's very important to fathom and understand that this right here, this surge, started, as you can see here, the week of December 11th, 2017. Let's quickly check for Bitcoin where that was. That is this week right here. So the week that Bitcoin hit its all-time high is literally the week that XRP started its run. Do you guys get that just now? Do you guys get that? So from that perspective, it's just a matter of time when the switcheroo from these, I guess, this major coin, Bitcoin, is going to switch over to these slower or later, or I guess altcoins like XRP, and that's possibly what we're seeing happening. I mean, earlier we checked XRP to BTC. We can quickly do that once more to quickly see if we see a difference. And all I'm saying is, well, it could be that the switch happened about last week of November 9th, and now finally the switcheroo is already happening, which could be the start. On the contrary, it could also be a little bit later still, because again, it's the week of the all-time high that the real switch happened for XRP to BTC in the bull run times. So maybe that's also just in a couple of weeks, right? It just depends on how quickly Bitcoin is going to go for that switcheroo. But hopefully for us, this was the lowest we'll go on XRP to BTC. And from this point on forward, it's just going to already start switching. But that also depends on how much you already have got. If you're already done with filling your bags, well, I think you'd be more eager for the prices to go up now. But if you're still hesitant, you still want to buy more XRP, we still have time, which to me is also something very settling. It's like, okay, don't worry, Dusty, you got yourself a lot more time to buy yourself some coins. It doesn't really matter. If you want to buy yourself, 1,000 XRP, it's still not that difficult. In a couple of months, possibly, it's almost going to be impossible to buy yourself 1,000 XRP. Right now, I think most people investing in crypto can actually get themselves that. And eventually, it'll become very, very hard if some of the prices we expect really pull through. For example, right now, it's $300 to get yourself 1,000 XRP. You may call that expensive, you may call that a lot of money, that could be, all right? But if you then consider that at all-time high, that's $3,500, yeah, that's a couple of months' wages for most people, right? That's a big shift, that's a big difference. So as of this point, it could be just your money that you have for some extras each month. I don't know how you're living, everybody's different, it just depends. But I think most people can afford $300 to invest eventually with some time. But $3,500 could take years and years of saving. Yeah, it's rather crazy if you ask me to see how quickly the shift is happening already. But it's not like there's only one thing that can succeed or anything like that. Look at this. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has said institutional investor interest for Bitcoin is skyrocketing, bull run ahead. Ripple CEO reveals that he wants success for Bitcoin and recognizes growing interest from institutions in Bitcoin. Garling reiterates Ripple's criticism of the United States for the lack of regulatory framework, and the most important thing to fetch here is that Brad Garlinghouse earlier said he wants Bitcoin to succeed, one, because he owns it as well, and second of all, because, well, if Bitcoin does well, which it's kind of looking like it's going to do, eventually altcoins will have a bigger audience to grow for, and we'll have a bigger platform to, run on. Because this regulatory clarity issue all kind of comes together in the fact that Bitcoin is not globally accepted just quite yet. I mean, we're close. The SEC has ruled them out, but we're not really there yet. And if Bitcoin is globally used and it keeps growing and institutional investors, because they mostly choose Bitcoin, really get into it heavily, there's a good chance that they'll also move over into altcoins, growing the coin XRP, and also the familiarization politic that we talked about earlier, where if companies are familiar with Bitcoin, it's going to be a lot easier to confirm themselves with things like XRP because they're already used to this blockchain, right? They're already used to this technology, this foreign stuff, and as I said before, the more we hear about it, the more people get used to it, the easier it's all going to be becoming. So that's important to understand. Ripple shifts 131 million XRP over the past 12 hours as XRP hits 30 cents. Fintech behemoth has wired 131 million between its wallets to its EU corridor over the past 12 hours as per recent data. And as I said before, I still don't know whether to say this is positive or neutral, as I know for a fact Ripple can do a lot of stuff with ODL if they want to, but there's a lot of things holding them back, like for example the bigger liquidity picture, the fact that they don't have a framework just quite yet, the fact that they have changed priority from these bigger players to smaller SMEs and e-commerce. So I don't know if just these higher numbers are necessarily good or that they really do that much for us. It's just the fact that they're progressing, which is the most important part of it all. Then Ripple's smart contract feature Hooks is live on the XRP ledger. The smart contract feature Hooks is live for all developers and XRP node operators since a few hours. By using Hooks, basic smart contract functionalities can be performed and tested on the XRP ledger. Bitrue said himself over on Twitter, "Time to spin up your new or your own local XRP ledger with the Hooks amendment enabled. After months of discussing, tinkering, designing, discussing some more, building, 99% Richard, hats off to him, testing, etc. It's super exciting to publish this." Which I found interesting as well, because I still don't get how exactly he is paid and how much he gets. I've told you before, I think it's pretty cool that he does so much for XRP and works so much with that, but I'm wondering what the payment for that is. Is it an XRP? Does he get paid by Ripple? You know, because he gets sponsored for his projects, but how does the own nominal wage work, if you guys get what I'm saying? And again, I'm not trying to say he shouldn't get that, but I do wonder how that is designed, because it is our XRP that's being used for ecosystem, and I'm still never really sure when I'm happy with people being compensated and how much they get. Because even some of the guys, I guess, working with Ripple, like MoneyGram, they're getting a sum for utilizing XRP's ODL, which I get. Right, I get that Ripple incentivizes players to use ODL and get XRP adoption going on. I don't mind that. But how does somebody decide how much they need to go for? Right, and I don't really get that too much. I don't really get exactly how somebody wants to go about that one. But again, that's just my thoughts on the situation. Ripple CEO, speed, cost, and scalability make XRP useful for payments. Ripple CEO... Let's quickly see. Ripple CEO has pointed out that institutional interest in crypto is skyrocketing. He adds that Bitcoin is extremely useful hedge against inflation, which we also talked a little bit about earlier. Additionally, XRP's speed, cost, and scalability make the remittance coin useful for payments. And Mr. Garlinghouse also reiterated that regulations need to recognize digital assets to provide a level playing field. All right. Well, I think we all know that type of stuff, right? I don't think there's anything new to this. We know regulatory clarity is about to come and they need to speed it up so they don't hinder innovation. But we also know it's not that simple. We also know they can't just snap and get it done. We also know that Ripple is working hard towards it, but what can they really do? As it's the SEC, which is also having a lot of changes right now, and it's a couple of these other offices like the controller of the currency, the OCC, which is holding it back. Why am I saying that? Well, one of their members was really progressive towards crypto, yet a new paper came out like a week ago or so where they all disregarded that. They were all against the plan, they were all against the ideas, they were all against this crypto type of stuff, which is really interesting to see because we see another contrast in policy and agendas and goals for different people, right? And there's also another worry and wonder about who is going to become president, what will that do, and how will the U.S. go about its debt? Will something happen to the world reserve currency? Is the Great Reset or the financial reset really underway, or is this not the time just quite yet? To a lot of those questions, I don't have an official answer. I have my guesses though. And if you're asking me about the financial reset, I think this is a good part of it together with the CBDC usage that gets going on. And whenever I think about that, I think XRP is going to be the bridge between those CBDC. So I have really nothing to worry about because the usage is going to be insane. Even though it might not increase the price directly, instantly or something like that, it will increase because people will still speculate for it, people will still hold on to it, and since it's the quote-unquote most liquid thing, people will hoard it and keep it. Like we've seen now with the greed and fear index, people will hold on if they think something great is about to happen, and that's what we're seeing with all-time highs right now. So as to quickly confirm, Bitcoin, I think, is going to hit all-time high, and the week it does, which might be this week or something like that, it could be that we switch over to altcoins, but it could also be that in the week that Bitcoin hits the highest point in this newer run, that altcoins are going to start flowing. So that's something we got to watch out for, but things are looking gloomy, guys. I am not selling anytime soon. I think we're going to the moon.